nor shall you stand by idly when your neighbor's life is at stake. Leviticus 19:16. A profound quote, one that resonates deeply when we delve into the history of the Crusades, a series of religious wars sanctioned by the Catholic Church during the medieval period. The Crusades, a term derived from the Latin word crux, meaning cross, were a response to cries for help from the Christian Byzantine Empire, which was under the threat of Turkish invasion. The year was 1095, and Pope Urban II issued a call to arms, marking the beginning of the First Crusade. This was not a quest for power or wealth, but a mission to protect Christian pilgrims and holy places under Muslim control. In the year 1100, the Crusaders reached Jerusalem, the City of Gold. It was a pivotal moment, a victory that instilled a sense of unity among the Christian kingdoms. But the path to this victory was not without its dark moments. The Crusaders, in their zeal, committed acts that were contrary to the teachings of the Church, yet it's important to remember that these were the actions of individuals, not the intention of the Church. The Second Crusade, called by Pope Eugene III in 1145, was less successful. It aimed to reclaim the county of Edessa, but ended in failure. A reminder that victory is never guaranteed and that every endeavor carries the risk of defeat. The Third Crusade, also known as the Kings Crusade, began in 1189. It was a response to the fall of Jerusalem to the Muslim leader Saladin. This crusade saw the likes of Richard the Lionheart of England, and despite not being able to reclaim Jerusalem, it resulted in a treaty allowing Christian pilgrims access to the Holy City. The Fourth Crusade, initiated in 1202, was a dark chapter. It strayed from its initial purpose and ended up sacking the Christian city of Constantinople. A tragic example of how good intentions can be led astray by human weakness. There were several more crusades, but none were able to reclaim Jerusalem. The city would remain under Muslim control until the 20th century. As we reflect on the Crusades, it's crucial to remember that they were not simple acts of unprovoked aggression, but a response to the persecution of Christians and the threat to Christian holy places. The Church, in sanctioning these wars, was acting on the principle of just war, a doctrine rooted in the belief that war, while regrettable, is sometimes necessary to protect the innocent and preserve peace. Yet, in the light of history, it's also essential to acknowledge the mistakes made during the Crusades. To remember that, while the cause may have been just, the methods were not always so. To learn from these mistakes and strive to ensure that they are not repeated in the future. In the words of Genesis 9:6, Romans 13:4, Corinthians 16:13, and Titus 1:13, the Church reminds us of our duty to defend the faith, to stand up for justice, and to protect the innocent. The Crusades, for all their complexity and controversy, were an embodiment of these principles. The Crusades may be a part of history now, but the questions they raise are still relevant today. How do we balance the need for peace with the need to protect the innocent? How do we ensure that our actions, even in the pursuit of a just cause, do not stray from the path of righteousness? These are questions worth reflecting on as we strive to live out our faith in the modern world. In the end, the Crusades serve as a reminder, a call to vigilance, and a challenge to each of us. A reminder of our duty to protect our neighbors, a call to stand up against injustice, and a challenge to always seek a path that aligns with our faith and values.